Have you heard about MIT? It's one of the leading international universities which offers foundation, undergraduate and postgraduate programs. Let me show you this amazing campus.
And this is not the only one. There are 10 other universities with 17 campuses of MIT all around the world.
In 2018, MIT was amongst top 3% universities of the world according to the leading university rankings.
How about study?
MIT offers studies in 3 areas: International Foundation Studies, Bachelor's and Master's degree.
The International Foundation program aims to provide students with an excellent access route to the undergraduate courses by providing them the knowledge and proficiency of English language and mathematical courses.
It also equips students with a deeper understanding of their chosen subject and the competence to pursue it at a higher level.
MIT provides 5 undergraduate programs.
Bachelor of Science in Information Technology.
We shall discuss multiple different
Bachelor of Technology, Computer Science and Engineering.
Bachelor of Arts in Economics.
Bachelor of Arts in Tourism Administration.
Bachelor of Business Administration and Master of Science in Information Technology.
Amity University Tashkent has a number of opportunities for students. Study abroad program, participation in exchange programs on one of Amity's overseas campuses, internships in famous companies in Uzbekistan, scholarships for meritorious students, collaborations with the best experts in various fields, workshops and guest lectures with world-renowned experts and scientists from all over the world.
And Amity is not only about studying, but also a lifestyle.
Hey! In my spare time for more research, I learn in library.
We learn in a library.
But we don't spend our spare time by just reading books.
We work on our projects, discuss and find solutions together.
Study abroad program is important for global exposure to students of various disciplines. The program provides the students with an opportunity to interact with foreign faculty and carry out focused projects under their expert guidance.
Think it's so? Oh, surely no. Workshops and guest lectures with successful individuals bring new insights to younger minds.
Career Center offers different types of internships organized by partners: Agfa, Hilton, Huawei, Grass Insurance, Ministry of Finance, Ipakuli Bank, and so on. Also, industrial visits are provided for students.
Interested in realizing self-project to the world? Visit Incubation Center. Students here create their own startup projects and develop their skills.
Want to become a student of MIT? Then listen carefully. Here is the admission process. Application is held 3 times a year: May, July, and August, which in turn provides an excellent opportunity to retake exams in case of unsuccessful results.
You don't live in Tashkent? That's not a problem. MIT offers dormitory for students that live far from campus.
Our main goal is to unite the youth of Uzbekistan around the quality education and develop them as a mature and well-rounded professionals.
After all, here we develop not only knowledge and skills, we build community and kindly invite you to become a part of global education system.
Good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you all to the valedictory session of IEEE International Conference on Technological Advancements and Innovation. This conference is organized as part of the 5-day mega event, which includes the Career Fest and a hackathon at our Amity University Tashkent campus. Technological advancements and innovations, or may I say, frugal innovations is at the very forefront of driving our economies. In the past 2 days, the conference saw many papers being submitted, rigorously presented, rigorously reviewed in 4 sessions, which was chaired by eminent academicians and researchers from across the world. Without further ado, to give you a glimpse of the proceedings, it is my privilege to invite before you a beacon, our Group Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Gurinder Singh Sir. He has been with Amity since its inception and has led the internationalization efforts at Amity, including setting up of Amity campuses in London, USA, Singapore, Mauritius, Australia, Tashkent, and other parts of the world. He is a renowned scholar and academician in the area of international business. He holds a prestigious doctorate in the area, along with the postgraduate degree from Indian Institute of Foreign Trade, where he illustriously topped with 7 merits. He is internationally recognized as a known professor in the area of management and is known in the field of academics as an institution builder, a writer, a professor, distinguished academician, a top-class trainer, international business experts, and moreover, he is the champion of the hearts of the students. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Bhatnagar, and what a pleasure to welcome all of you in this first ever organized IEEE conference at our Amity University, Tashkent. We are so honored by the presence of Professor Ikechi, who is the household name and inspiration for millions of students in the academic world. Professor Ikechi, you are not only an academic leader, a researcher, a known scholar, but I would say that you are a living inspiration for many research scholars who want to do something extraordinary in their lives. On behalf of Amity family, on behalf of our founder, on behalf of our chancellor, on behalf of all vice chancellors, the rector of our Amity University, Tashkent, director administration, our vice president, Professor Bhavna Kumar, who is also here, and all very senior people at the University of Tashkent, we welcome you and welcome each of the participants who is a part of this historical event. I was going through the research papers which have been presented in the last 2 days and was looking at the kind of contribution by the renowned scholars from across the globe, which include scholars from United States of America, scholars from Germany, from Singapore, from Africa, from Tashkent, from Asia, and from rest of the world. More than 613 papers which came to us, and out of which 115 we shortlisted, is a testimony of the kind of research inputs we have received in our first ever research conference which we have been able to organize. I was also given to understand by Dr. Khatri and by his very learned team that this conference, by any measurement, is the largest conference which any university in Tashkent has ever organized. We are so pleased and so happy to note that under the leadership of Dr. Khatri and Mr. Babar and the team of Amity family, which has been working day and night from Tashkent and also from India and other parts of the world, we have been able to make it possible. I also like to thank all the companies which have taken part in hackathon, which have taken part in the career fair. And there's a long list of companies and scholars who have participated, but I would like to acknowledge KPMG, Uzbekistan Telecom, FK Group, Hawaii, Hemcor Bank, United Distribution, Golden House, Mobi US, Data Site Technology, Aleph Technology, Asia Alliance, Tangi Bank, Macro, Alscom, Mobiuse, Hilton Tashkent, NEPA Team, Zalek Bank, Redison, Enter Engineering, Lee Grant Plaza, Central Bank, Capital Bank, PwC, PepsiCo, Applied Labs, EPAM, Genesis Technology, Deloitte, Technocrop, Rural Construction Bank of Tashkent, Radio Communication Broadcasting and Television Center of Tashkent, US Digital, IT Park, Usinformcom, the Postal Service of Uzbekistan, Information Technology Center, CA Distribution, Center for Innovation, Technology and Strategy, Veronica, and many others who have been contributing in our hackathon and in our career fair. From the bottom of heart, on behalf of our entire group, we once again thank all these companies who have made this event to be organized in Tashkent possible. I would also like to thank some of our top research scholars who have not only participated, but made it a point that they should be able to raise the bar of research. Research is in the DNA of MIT University. It's in the DNA of MIT Group. And if you look at the kind of patents MIT University has been able to give to the world, it's a testimony that how we have been able to create scientific inputs across the globe within a very short span of time. 1,600 patents the university has been able to file. When we came to Tashkent, the commitment which was given by our founder, the commitment which was given by our chancellor, the commitment which was given by our trustee, Mr. Amol Chauhan, who was so ably leading the MIT University Tashkent, along with Dr. Khatri and the entire team of Tashkent campus was, that we should be able not only to give academic degrees, but we should be able to also bring industry along with academics and can provide world-class career opportunities to the students. And today, when we are organizing research conference along with career fair and hackathon, I think that the promise which we gave to the government of Uzbekistan, we feel that first step has already been taken. We were taking the feedback from the students, from the research scholars who have participated in this mega event. And I think that everyone was very satisfied. So this goes without saying to the efforts of the team, which was coordinating from India and also from Uzbekistan. Give a huge applause to the team which was coordinating at both the campuses. I would also like to acknowledge the contribution of the students' committees, which were working day and night, and Mr. Babar, who was doing a lot of work. I was coordinating and was looking at the efforts being put by the students, the efforts which were put by the various faculty members, the efforts which were being made by the various research scholars. And I must say that the way they have been working with their passion, with their hard work, right? We want to acknowledge each one of them who has made this event possible. This is also a time to once again give our firm commitment, firm, dedicated promise to the students, community of the Uzbekistan, for whom we have the highest respect. And one thing amazing which we have seen in the students from the day one is the way they not only show their dedication in the field of academics, but also the way they show their dedication by participating in all the activities which the university has been organizing. We have got campuses across the globe. MIT has got 16 foreign campuses. We have got 11 universities in India. But if I may be permitted to say that the kind of commitment and the hard work which we see in the students of Uzbekistan in Tashkent is unparalleled. My deep appreciation to each of the student who has been a part of IEEE, who has been the part of hackathon, who was the part of the career fair. Once again, on behalf of our founder, on behalf of our chancellor, on behalf of our trustee, Mr. Amol Chauhan, on behalf of rector, Dr. Sunil Khatri, on behalf of additional director of administration, Mr. Babar, on behalf of our vice presidents, on behalf of our deans, very senior faculty members, and on behalf of 175,000 dedicated members of MIT family. I welcome you to the valedictory function and thank each one of you for making this event very successful. I have been given to understand by Dr. Khatri that out of this conference, 2 Scopus indexed, very high powered journals are coming up. And we will wait with great interest that when these journals will be published. I have also been given to understand that a lot of companies have shown their interest to who do various projects with MIT University. Various departments of government have shown their indication and have given their indication to do some consulting projects. We welcome their suggestions, we welcome their inputs, and for all times to come, we will try to not only do only theoretical research, but try to commercialize this research, which our researchers have been putting in. Thank you so very much. And once again, on behalf of MIT family, I want to acknowledge the contribution of each one of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving the brilliant overview of the proceedings of this wonderful conference. It is my honor and privilege to now introduce to you Professor Antonio Luque, who is the Director, Region 8, Europe, Middle East, and Africa of the IEEE. And I would request him to give his keynote address as a guest of honor. Before I call upon him, let me quickly introduce him to our audience today. Professor Luque was born in 1976. He received his MSc and PhD degrees in electrical engineering from the University of Seville, Spain in 2000 and 2005 respectively. Professor Luque currently holds the position of Associate Professor in the Department of Electronics Engineering, University of Seville. He has authored more than 20 journal papers, 40 conference papers, 3 book chapters, and a textbook, in addition to supervising PhD students. He has been invited researcher and teacher at the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology, Lausanne, Switzerland, Auburn University, USA, Delft University of Technology, Netherlands, and many others. In IEEE, he is currently serving, among other positions, as 2021-2022 Director of Region 8, Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Over to you, sir.
Good morning. I would like to extend my warm welcome to all of you to this International Conference on Technology, Advancement and Innovations in November 2021. It's my pleasure and my honor to be here, and I am very grateful for the invitation and the possibility of addressing you. I would like to talk today about IEEE, about IEEE Region 8, and mainly about the opportunities that are available for you to participate. But first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Antonio Luque. I currently work as Associate Professor of Electronics Engineering at the University of Seville in southern Spain. I'm a volunteer since 20 years ago, and I'm currently serving in 2021 and 2022 as Director of IEEE Region 8, which involves Europe, Africa, and Middle East, among other positions. Let me now talk about what is IEEE, what is this organization, and what are our purposes. We like to say that this IEEE is the force behind innovation, and we know that this is the world's largest technical professional organization dedicated to advancing technology for the benefit of humanity. That means that we pursue the advance of the technology, of all types of technology, but not for the sake of just the technology, but when it's used for improving the quality of life of everybody. Members of IEEE are a global community. We innovate together for a better future, and we share knowledge about technology in different ways. For example, in publications, conferences, standards, and professional and educational activities. Our key values are the innovation in all ways, and we try to share the knowledge and share the access to the most recent information. We provide our members with and volunteers with networking opportunities, and we also give them exclusive member benefits. Our mission, as I said, is to foster technological innovation and excellence for the benefit of humanity, and we envision ourselves as essential to the global technical community of technology and engineering professionals everywhere in the world, and we try to be recognized for the contributions that these technologies professionals make to make the world a better place. Here you have some numbers to give you an idea of what IEEE is today. We are more than 400,000 members all over the world. This started as an organization in the United States of America, but now more than 60% of the members live outside of the US. These members are organized in 39 technical societies that cover different technological areas, and also live in more than 160 countries divided in 10 geographical regions. The knowledge and the information that these members and volunteers produce is shared in more than 1,600 conferences per year where people meet together to exchange information. The IEEE Digital Library hosts more than 5 million of technical documents that are accessible to everyone. And we publish more than 200 periodicals, journals, transactions that are among the top cited in the world. Right now there are 1,200 standards which are active, which have been already published, and 900 more that are under development. One of the things that we believe is most important is to care for the future of the profession, and the students are the future and in many cases the present of the profession. For students, we have one type of organization which is called the student branch, which a student branch is the organization of all the students, all the student members who are studying, pursuing a degree in the same university or college. This unit, this student branch, allow them to collaborate together, to find networking opportunities, to meet other people that might be important in their future profession. They allow the students to learn and to experience exchanges with them. They allow them to carry out on projects, to organize activities and events. Maybe you have a student branch in a college or university near you, maybe you don't. If you don't, I will really encourage you to try to form a new one. You just need to find a group of people interested in technology, and then there is a process which is very easy to follow, and you will be able to be part of the big IEEE family. If you need more help on this, please don't hesitate in contacting me or any other key IEEE volunteer. Some other thing that we are very proud of is about our commitment to diversity. 2 years ago, the IEEE Board of Directors approved this statement that you can see here, where we committed to welcome everybody, or to welcome different talents and perspective into the organization. We believe it's very healthy to have different cultural, disciplinary backgrounds, different personal points of view, so we will try to welcome everybody, no matter what are the race, religion, gender, disability, or any other circumstance. Everybody is welcome to participate and to share his capacities in IEEE. As I mentioned, IEEE, the world according to IEEE, is divided into geographical regions. We all belong to Region 8, which encompasses Europe, Africa, and Middle East. In Region 8, we have more than 70,000 members in more than 100 countries. And you can see in the map over there that this is the largest geographical region. We are organized in 59 sections, 11 subsections. Kazakhstan is one of the 11 subsections, and one council, the Africa Council. In the region, we have more than 20,000 student members, and also several of the smaller units, like for example more than 600 chapters that bring together people with the same technical interests and that live together, live close by. We have more than 600 student branches and colleges and universities in 60 countries, 400 student branch chapters of the different societies, and more than 100 affinity groups and growing. I know that there are more than 100 members in Kazakhstan, 42 of which are students. This is a subsection with a lot of potential, and I'm sure that they are organizing a lot of interesting activities for all the benefit of all the members living there. In the whole of Region 8, a number of activities are organized with the members in the center of all these activities. So there are publications, there are standards, there are educational activities, there are activities oriented to industry, to humanitarian activities, to the knowledge of history. All these activities, everybody is welcome to participate. But I would like to focus on one specific activity, which are conferences, and I would like to highlight a number of conferences that will be happening very soon in Region 8. For example, the HISTELCON, a conference on the history of telecommunications, happening in Moscow, Russia, this month. The International Humanitarian Technology Conference, happening online in December this year, or two conferences that have a very wide span of topics, like EnergyCon 2022 in Latvia in May, or Melecon, the Mediterranean Electrotechnical Conference in Italy in June 2022. These are academic or industrial conferences, but we also have events directed towards students. The big one is what we call the Region 8 Students and Young Professional Congress that will happen in summer 22. The venue is still to be decided. And this is an amazing event. More than 400 students coming from all over the region and all over the world will meet together for 4 or 5 days, exchanging experiences, learning, training, and it's a multicultural and the funniest experience that you can have as an IEEE member. So I would really recommend you to be in contact, to be in touch, And when the final dates and venue are announced, please join us in this wonderful celebration. But there are smaller congress and events for students and young professionals. We call the cross-sectional students and young professionals conferences, and these are happening in fall this year. Some of them are happening right now, some others will happen late in this month and also in December. If you want to participate, please don't hesitate to contact me or to contact any of other volunteers. The most important thing about all these activities is that they are organized for you, but it's even better if you are able to help, if you can help. The experience that you will get as a member of IEEE is wonderful, but it's much less that experience that you will get if you are also a volunteer. So you can volunteer for organizing this type of activities, this type of publications, this type of standards, everything, and at the same time that you are donating your time, that you are helping others, you will advance your career. IEEE is a volunteer-led organization. All of these things are organized and managed by volunteers. So all of us can have a say on what IEEE is and what IEEE will be in the future. This is very important. We try to serve every member and we try to provide IEEE as their professional home through their life and through their career. In the past, we have served the scientific community and the humanity at large in many, many different ways. For example, starting the Women in Engineering project 30 years ago, by starting humanitarian technologies projects and programs, by having ad hoc committees on activities in specific regions in the world, by trying to improve public policy, by creating organizations related to ethics, to diversity, to equality and inclusion. All the IEEE members benefit from networking, but when you are a volunteer, you also benefit from some other things that will be even more beneficial to you. You will acquire some skills that are not taught in academia, that are not taught in universities, and you have a unique opportunity to acquire them. So I will encourage you to give back to the profession, to give back to humanity. IEEE is built on the strength of the volunteers. Everything that we do is thanks to volunteers. Almost all the programs that we organize require member involvement. And when you volunteer and when you devote part of your time and part of your effort, you are not just helping IEEE, you are helping humanity and you are helping yourself. When you become an IEEE volunteer, when you help in anything, you will participate in activities of your interest. You will learn a lot and you will expand your technical knowledge. You will gain management and leadership skills. You will connect with others and you will back to the profession and humanity. There are many volunteering opportunities. You can volunteer in your subsection, you can volunteer to create a new student branch, you can volunteer in your technical society, you can organize meetings and activities even if you don't have any of these units, you can mentor other students, you can create awards and award people who deserve them. You can edit a newsletter and disseminate publication. You can create or maintaining a website. There are many opportunities at different levels and depending on your level of commitment that you can afford. As IEEE is a volunteer-driven organization, when you make the most of your membership is when you are really involved. That doesn't mean that you have to devote a large part of your time. You can do that. You can be very committed, but you can also do small tasks and start small and start learning and then increase your involvement. I'm sure that you will be very happy and you will be very proud if you do that. These days it's very easy because most of the events happen online. So it's very easy. You don't need to travel and you don't need to go everywhere. But very soon we hope to return to face-to-face events and be able also to network together in person. This will be my last advice. Get involved, enjoy IEEE membership, but most of all enjoy IEEE volunteering. With this, I would like to thank you again for attending this conference. In Region 8, we are proud to be the largest and the most diverse IEEE region in the world. Enjoy the conference and please contact me if you need any help or any support in your IEEE experience. Thank you very much. Good.
Thank you, Professor Luque. It is now my privilege to invite Dr. Professor Akechi, Chair, IEEE Kazakhstan subsection for the keynote address. Before I request Dr. Akechi, let me quickly introduce him to our audience. Professor Kechi Augustin received his BSc degree in electrical engineering, electromechanics, and electrotechnology, and the MSc degree in electronics and microelectronics from Moscow Power Engineering Institute, Technical University, Moscow, Russia, and the PhD degree from the Korea Advanced Institute of Science and Technology, Daejeon, South Korea. He was a postdoctoral researcher with the Electrical Engineering Department, KAIST, from 2008 to 2009. He held R&D positions with Electronics and Telecommunications Research Institute, Guangzhou, South Korea, and with Lightron Fiber Optics Incorporated, South Korea in 2013. From 2013 to 2016, he was also a senior engineer with the design technology team, Samsung Electronics Company Limited, Guangzhou, South Korea. He co-founded a startup company with the School of Engineering, Nazarbayev University, Kazakhstan. He is also working as Director of Integrated Device Solutions Laboratory, Nazarbayev University. May I now request Professor Ikechi Augustine to please deliver his keynote address.
Okay, thank you for the warm introduction. I would like to start by thanking the patron-in-chief, Dr. Ashok Chauhan, the patron, Dr. Atul Chauhan, the co-patron, Mr. Amol Chauhan, the conference chairperson, Professor Gurinder Singh, the general chairs, the general co-chairs, the organizing chairs, the conference secretaries, and especially Professor Naina Chaudhary, Pratik Chaturvedi, Vinay Kumar, Chabruhanshu Vikram, and others for their tireless efforts in organizing and making sure that this event runs smoothly. Please forgive me if I did not pronounce some of the names correctly. I would also like to recognize the efforts of all the faculty members of Amity University, all the delegates, all scholars, and students. I am honored to have the opportunity to say a few words at this event during this valedictory session of the IEEE International Conference on Technological Advancements and Innovations. So on behalf of the IEEE Kazakhstan subsection, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all participants in this conference. It's been almost 2 years since the world experienced one of the worst global pandemics, and we are still coming to terms with COVID-19 as we find ways to reduce the numbers and keep it under check. However, this has not stopped or slowed us down as we have continued to push the boundaries of technology, to develop innovative technologies, and also to find new ways of doing things. So example of a new way of doing things is the fact that I am delivering this talk to you virtually, which would not have been allowed for a conference as early as 3 years ago. So we have also witnessed some of those innovative ideas and research outputs during this conference. The interdisciplinary nature of this conference has brought together representatives, delegates, scholars from both academia and industry to share and exchange innovative ideas and research findings in AI, IoT, machine learning, mathematical modeling, and so on. I also believe that new corporations have already been and would also be established between researchers and research groups across several tracks in this conference. Over the years, I have always encouraged my colleagues and all my students to always try their best to pursue any given task that is given to them to a logical conclusion, and should be proud to always present their research findings and outputs at conferences, workshops, and through journal publications. So to the students and scholars here, I encourage you all to always try to look at the bigger picture and to push yourselves to achieve any set objectives or life goals. They say nothing in life comes easy. I remember moving to 2 different countries for higher education. So of course, I did not move to these countries at the same time, but they happened at different phases of my higher education life. Now, everything was new. I faced a lot of issues during this, different periods, right? So first there was the language barrier issue. There were different cultures to adapt to. There were new people. Of course, there was, tons of course workload and so on. And there were even points when I wanted to give up, but I didn't because I had the goal, I had the vision, I had a plan, which is that I wanted to get a PhD and work for a world top company. Now, I worked hard to complete my undergraduate and master's degree in this first new country while keeping my goal in mind. Now, for some of you who have read the book, The Alchemist, one of the famous quotes says that when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you achieve it. Now, during the course of my master's degree program, I started seeing flyers advertising job opportunities and scholarships by one of the world top companies in our department notice board. I knew immediately that this was for me. Well, I later then applied for a PhD program in this new country where this company is located. But I didn't just want to work for this company because most of the big international companies have offices across the world. But I wanted to work at the headquarters where everything is happening. Well, I got admission. I got admitted for the PhD program. But starting a PhD program does not mean that you will finish. You need to work hard to complete it. And completing the PhD program does not guarantee you that you're going to get the job. So some effort and resilience is needed, but while keeping your eye on the bigger picture and the goal. Well, everything is history now, and to cut the story short, I was able to achieve my goal because I didn't give up. I kept working hard. I kept my eye on what I planned to get for myself. And of course, the universe conspired to help me achieve my goal. So in conclusion, I would like to use this opportunity to encourage every student and scholars here to always work hard and keep your eye on your goal. I would also like to encourage the delegates here, the scholars and students, to join IEEE, like Professor Antonio said, and also to participate in the activities, both at the student chapter, the subsection, and the section levels. So we here at Kazakhstan subsection, we welcome and we are willing to participate in joint activities and events. And finally, I would like to thank everyone here today for your contributions towards making this conference a huge success. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kechi, for those wonderful words. And I think some of the things that you said are in line with our respected founder president, sir, as well. He says, when God pushes somebody, inspires somebody, and leads somebody, no power in the world can stop such a person. So thank you once again. And now the time is ripe for the declaration of the 4 best research papers. And may I request Professor Sunil Kumar Khatri, who's the director, Amity University, Tashkent campus. He's leading the campus initiatives and all the initiatives such as these conferences, and has been of a tremendous support to us. So over to you, sir.
Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you, Dr. Kechi, for such a wonderful speech. Now I will be announcing the 4 papers who have been awarded as the best paper in the 4 sessions that we had over the last 3 days. The first paper is by Chaman Verma, Zoltan Ellis, and Veronica Stoffer, and the paper is on prediction of students' perceptions toward technology benefits, use, and developments. Congratulations to the authors.
And we have some of the authors also who have joined us today. They are on the panel.
The second paper, which has got the best paper awards in the session, is by Mandeep Malik and the paper is on 5G for military communication, automation of kill cycle. Congratulations to Mr. Mandeep.
Thank you, sir.
The best paper from the third session is by Shruti Vatva and Monica Singh, and the paper is on intelligent healthcare system using Raspberry Pi. Congratulations to Ms. Shruti and Ms. Monica.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
And the fourth paper, which has been awarded as the best paper in the session, is by Mr. Devang Pratap Singh, Ms. Shubhadra Rajput, and Mr. Puneet Singh. And the paper is on a protection and assurance version for e-authorities web services based totally on cloudlet computing. Congratulations to all the three authors from this paper also. Dr. Kichi, I would like to inform that we had received more than 420 papers. It is 430 papers, and out of them, only 120 odd papers have been selected for presentation over the 4 technical sessions in last 3 days, which were commenced with the keynote addresses from the speakers from various countries, and then followed by the paper presentations from these authors. And we have received papers from more than 12 countries. And the best papers, 4 have been chosen from these technical sessions by the session chairs based on the novelty, by the literature review they have done, by the contribution they have shown in those papers, by the publication, and the way they have presented it. So congratulations to all the authors from these 4 papers who have been chosen as the best paper from 4 sessions. Congratulations again.
Thank you, Dr. Khatri. May I now also request our Group Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Gurinder Singh Sir, Dr. Khatri, and Professor Bhavna Kumar Ma'am to also felicitate our keynote addresses by Professor Luke and by Professor Ikechi. So for a memorable address by Professor Ikechi Augustine, bestowed as a token of appreciation and acknowledgement as a keynote speaker during International Conference on Technological Advancements and Innovations held at Amity University, Tashkent campus. And also to Professor Antonia Luque, which is again bestowed as a token of appreciation and acknowledgement as a guest of honor during this conference at Amity University, Tashkent. Once again, we thank you so much for gracing this occasion, and thank you, Dr. Kechi, for giving us this opportunity to host this conference and for proposing a vote of thanks. May I once again invite Dr. Khatri to propose the vote of thanks for this conference.
Thank you, Mr. Gaurav. First of all, I'd like to thank
Dr. Khatri, you're muted. Dr. Khatri, you're muted. Sorry, Dr. Khatri, I believe your mic is not connected. We are unable to hear you. If the IT team can hear me at the Tashkent campus, I think the mic is not connected. We are not able to hear Dr. Khatri. Dr. Khatri, if you can hear us, I believe we are able to see here. Yes, now it is connected to audio. So if you can say a few words. and unmute. So please unmute.
Yeah.
Yes, it's audible now. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Gaurav. First of all, I'd like to thank our Honorable Founder President, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, our Chancellor, Dr. Atul Chauhan, and our trustee, Mr. Amol Chauhanji, for providing this campus as a wonderful opportunity for all the faculty members, for students, and the staff to be here. And also, I would like to thank our Group Vice Chancellor, Dr. Gurinder Singh, for being always supporting a guiding force for us at Tashkent and always available with his thoughts, with his ideas, and with his support whenever needed. And I would also like to thank our guest, Professor Ikechi. It was a pleasure to listen to you and having your presence personally during this conference in online mode. Also, I would like to thank our guest of honor, Professor Antio Luke, who had given his wonderful speech in the recorded version. I would also like to thank all the paper presenters, all the keynote speakers over the last 3 days who have been there. I would like to thank the administration for providing the logistic supports for us and ITD team for being always available to support us in this online conference. I would like to thank IEEE particularly, and as said by our Group Vice Chancellor, sir, that as the outcome of this conference, the proceeding is going to be submitted to IEEE, but also special issues will be published where the extended versions of the papers will be invited and then will be submitted as in these 2 journals. I would like to thank all the participants and would like to see you all in the next conference here in IEEE, which surely we would wish to have in our on offline mode. And Dr. Ikechi, we would love to have you here in a physical presence the next time we will do the events here in Amity University in Tashkent campus. Thank you for being here with us, and all the delegates, all the participants who are there, who had contributed in the form of their papers, all the reviewers, committees from India, from here in Tashkent, who have spent day in, day out their time to organize this conference, to plan the various sessions, and also to conduct it in such a smooth day. Also, I would like to thank all the industry partners who have been there to organize a career fest, where more than 4,000 students have participated, and participants were delegates were also there on the day 1. And also, I would like to thank the students participants who are going to be on hackathon also going on for the next 3 days also from here on. I would like to thank all the attendees and would like to see you in the next offline event that we will be holding here at Amity University in Tashkent. Thank you again for all being a part of this wonderful journey in the form of IEEE conference that we had started here in Amity University in Tashkent. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. With this, we come to the close of the valedictory session of the IEEE conference today. Once again, thank you everyone for participating. And I'm sure as we go along, we will have a face-to-face conference next year. But till then, take care and stay safe. I would request the IT team, Lalitji, to please close the session.